Let's see. Yeah, gorgeous sound, lovely sound. Good morning, Evan. Do you plan on getting a Smallman at some point? Have you ever had the chance to play one? If so, where would you rank them? Jose, yeah, you know what? Hopefully I have a Smallman in sometime soon. I haven't had the chance to offer one in my shop before. And to be honest with you, I've played some great ones and some ones that I really can't stand. But you know what? When you are a maker like Smallman, and there are such high expectations. I mean, when someone picks up a famous guitar, doesn't matter if it's Smallman, Dahlman, it could be Fleta, Ramirez, Hauser. I mean, any of these famous makers, people have this expectation of like, okay, I better sound like John Williams or whatever the case is, And I think oftentimes, people assign the price value of a guitar. They're like, wow, that's a very expensive guitar. This thing certainly doesn't sound good. This happened or doesn't sound worth that amount or something. I think this type of thing happens. I have played some really great Smallmans, and I have to say there's some from the 80s that I've really loved. There's some modern recent ones that I've really loved. And then some that I just felt were extremely nasal sounding and the classic things that you'll hear. But I feel that there's a nuance missing with a lot of people's opinions on some of these famous guitars that, yes, I'll stand on a little high horse and say something that I feel about this, is that a lot of times people's opinions on guitars are very quick. They make very, very quick judgments without letting their hands adjust, their ears adjust, hearing it from the other side, many different things. But I mean, mostly those first few things is letting your hands and your ears adjust. So for instance, I have a guitar here that just recently sold by the German luthier Michel Bruck. I was actually just on the phone with him. And he makes maybe the most sensitive double top in the world. Honestly, the most sensitive. It is every little sound you make will be transferred through the guitar, right? And this is how I feel about it, at least. Now, some people, when they pick up that guitar, and if you watch the review, you'll know what I'm talking about because I mention it in the review. Some people, when they pick up that guitar, when they pick it up, they immediately hate it, and they don't give it a chance to say, nope, not for me. And that's an understandable reaction. Everyone is entitled to their own judgments with these types of things. However, if you, many people that give it a chance and play it for a little bit longer will start to notice more qualities about it and how to treat the guitar, right? These instruments are very complex. Each one of them, with the luthiers making tiny changes over many years to get the sound that they want. I don't think it's something that you can interpret and adjust to your hands to in just a minute. And I have to say, some of the best players and I don't want to even really mean players, but like some of the most interesting people to have over to try guitar, some colleagues and friends of mine, are ones that are very good at making a wide variety of guitars sound good. When I say wide variety, I mean something like a Smallman versus a Dahlman versus a Simplicio. And what you'll notice in the characteristics of people that can make all of these instruments sound good is that they adjust the way they're playing to the guitar. It's really something. If you're used to having some guitar that's really loud and you're always blasting into the guitar, and then you go pick up a Torres, you're going to make that Torres sound like a little Fisher-Price toy. So this is something that happens, and it's I think it's certainly pertaining to Jose's questions about Smallmans. It's something that happens really frequently. Is someone will immediately play a Smallman, they'll be like, nope, not for me. I can hear the lattice sound. Instead of taking time to adjust to it and learn the sound. And man, you know what? John Williams there's a really great article where he's interviewed about the sound of Smallman, and he talks about the criticism of the lack of color in the guitars. And he basically was like, no, you can achieve whatever color you want with the movement of your hand. And he mentions how the turning of your hand and manipulations of your fingers is essential. I hope I'm remembering this correct. Maybe someone can chime in that's a nerd like me. But he talks about this, and of course, this is something that you don't pick up a guitar and instantly notice. So there's a little defense for Smallman and some of the guitars that are a little bit more controversial or polarizing, I could say. hey, I just want to say thanks so much for watching and for tuning in. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit subscribe.